Do you feel like you were made for more? Do you feel like you're stuck in a rut right now and everyone around you is just doing their own thing and you just don't have a clue where you're going, what you're doing, you feel confused, you feel stressed, you try and accomplish tasks but then you procrastinate? Do you often dream about the things you want, the better life that you want, the dream life that you wish that you had, but then that little squirrel voice in your head is just like, oh, you can't have this because of this, you can't have that because of money, you can't. All of those are just limiting beliefs, and it's the limiting beliefs that are holding you back. They are holding you back from living the life you want. Now, when we say limiting beliefs or shifting states, things like this, people are like, whoa, that's big, that's scary, that's woo, but it's not. It's literally just identifying the beliefs that you've got within your subconscious and changing them. And we change them by changing the way we think. Let's say, for example, as a child, you were abandoned by your parents. So you've got this assumption, you've got this belief, this story about you that people will always leave. You don't feel safe, you don't feel secure, you may self-sabotage because your brain is telling you that people are always going to leave. You manifest in relationships where people might be there and then they'll leave you eventually, or you'll self-sabotage because your belief is that they're going to leave me anyway, so you'll push or you'll do something that will make them leave. That's just like one example out of many examples. So we would change that belief by identifying it, and we can identify the beliefs by looking at our childhood, look at, what happened when we grew up, the things we saw, heard, experienced. Look at the way our 3D reality is playing out continuously, the patterns that are playing out. These can all help us identify the beliefs that we have within. And then we change them. So if you have a belief that you are abandoned, you're not wanted, you're not good enough, you will start to affirm the opposite. You're going to tell yourself, I am more than good enough. I've always been more than good enough. I am wanted. I have always been wanted. I deserve to be wanted. I'm worthy of being loved. I am loved just the way I am. And this applies to anything in your life. Whether you've got a belief about money, a belief about career, a belief about relationships, friendships, body image, literally anything. When you assume yourself to be that which you wish to be, your outside world will reflect that back to you. So what story is playing out in your reality? And what are you going to do to change it? I used to be that person that would dwell in my own mental shit, literally, and I'd go around in circles and I'd feel fed up, and I knew I wanted more. I knew I didn't want to just live this basic, boring, repetitive life. So I changed that, and I changed that by changing me, by changing the way I think about me. And it's an ongoing process. I'm still working on me. I'm still growing and evolving and becoming the best version of myself. As you change and you grow and become a better version of yourself, even though you are perfect just the way you are, by the way, it's not about fixing you. You don't need to be fixed. It's just about replacing the crappy beliefs that no longer serve us and creating a much more beautiful, abundant life. Because you deserve that. You really